day I was walking down the street and looked into a store window and saw a sign that said, I wanted to change the world, but then I saw something sparkly. Welcome back to Pact Weekly, where we talk about what we're doing in Pact and why we're doing it. For the why of what we're doing, most of you probably joined our organization in order to change the world. But then somewhere along the way, you woke up and realized I'm just going to meetings and filling out reimbursements and arguing with my kids about who gets to sit in the front seat. And changing the world took a back seat to the daily grind. I want to remind us today that God has called us to something great. Every once in a while I read various versions of the Bible, and I recently came across Ephesians 1 in the Message, and it says this, Ephesians 1:18 and 19. I ask the God of glory to make you intelligent and discerning in knowing him personally, your eyes focused and clear so that you can see exactly what it is he is calling you to do. Grasp the immensity of this glorious way of life he has for his followers. Wouldn't that be something to wake up every day knowing exactly what God has called us to do and rejoicing in the glorious way of life he has for his followers? As we're heading into this winter season, it may be raining or snowing where you're at, and it may be more difficult to get out there and do the ministry. And I want to remind you of a scene from Henry V, which is a play by Shakespeare. And during this play, Henry V has his army around him, and they're camping out on the plains of France, waiting for the French army to attack them. And they've been in the rain and the mud for about a month, camping. And everybody's tired, and they're sick, and they want to go home. And Henry says, this is my paraphrase of Shakespeare, don't think about today. Think about the day when we're all back home, sitting around a table in a pub, and the next generation of little kids walks by the window, and they look in and say, there they are. There are the men that sacrificed their time and energy in order to save our country so that now we're free. As you're going out and feeling like it's more difficult to do ministry on a daily basis, don't think about today and the snow and the rain. Think about that day when we'll all be sitting around a table in heaven, and the next generation of believers will walk by and say, there they are. There are the men and women who made the efforts to pass down the glorious way of life of Jesus Christ to our generation so that we might know the freedom that is found only in Christ. Let us remember that we are called to a glorious way of life.